She's now like, hi, mngani fika nini mkhwenyana? Mngani, I mean, namagazi.
What is your birth name and your job title?
My birth name is BONGEKA MASANGO, and I am a video producer.
So my birth name is THEMBE, MAHLABA. My secret name is Nobantu. My job title is a content manager at a PR agency.
My birth name is NWABISA, and my job title is Senior Marketing Strategist. You see how in the last video I said I want to drop the junior. Well, not the last, the first. I said I want to drop the junior and be a... Now I'm a senior strategist. Same agency. Yeah.
How do you self-identify, and what are your preferred pronouns?
I self-identify as Umate. It's like my home name. I think as a daughter, rather as a child, as a girl. She, her, the girl. Nobisa started calling me the girl, not girl, the girl. I like the, it makes it more definitive. It means like, I am the girl. So the girl, I think, is my new favorite pronoun.
I self-identify as a, still like 2016, a powerful Black female who's pioneering everywhere she's going. I think I'm just speaking that out into the universe. And preferred pronouns, babes, igel, mngani, mzalwane, bazalwane, yeah.
I identify as female, and my pronouns are she. Yeah, female related ones, she, her.
What is the question you are most asked that you hate answering?
So much that I hate this question, but it's the one question that I can see the person calculate it in their minds as they're about to spew it out. And are you related to Zakes? Sorry to let you down, I'm not. I'm not. And that question gets me every time, you know, because I'm just like literally I can see, because at the moment I'm like, hi, NWABISA. I literally see the calculations go, because then you can almost tell that the people are such fans of Dadu Zakes, and the excitement of like the potential of I could possibly be meeting Mhlambe, Umtanake or whatever, and then I can already it's just like, no, we're not related.
Describe the environment in which you grew up.
Home was awesome. When I didn't feel like or be reminded that I'm the girl in the house. Like my brother's 2 years younger than me, so I think I had a lot of internal rage in terms of just like that journey of having to understand that yintombazane kai. But other than that, like home was awesome. Like I was a daddy's girl for the longest time. Which I feel has kind of changed. That we need to talk. But yeah, I mean, was really, I felt like the relationship I had with my mom was kind of angsty, but now Gezusho, like her and I are like compatriots in love. She's now like, hi, mngani fika nini mkhwenyana? Mngani, I mean, namagazi.
I'm really a South African. Like I'm really like a South African. In that I grew up in Johannesburg, Pretoria, Limpopo, Cape Town, and yeah. But yeah, my upbringing, as you can tell, was quite a kick and a punch and a drop, because I was everywhere in South Africa. And yeah, I think for the most part, I mean, obviously my mom's a single parent. It's only been my mom and I, and obviously with the help of my mom's sisters. But yeah, I think we did a lot of like, I was born in Durban. How could I forget the ultimate piece? This is now why THEMBE and BONGEKA are never gonna believe that I'm from Durban. But Durban is another one. So I mean, I don't know why my mom, like, why there was so much like uprooting and up and downs and ins and outs. But I think it actually got me very used to change. So I'm cool for change. When things change out of nowhere, or so when you least expect it to when you expect it, I'm easy. So my upbringing was definitely a lot, like up and down. But I think I loved it because I got to meet so many different cultures along the way, especially when I grew up in Limpopo. That was primary school, so grade 5 to grade 7. So I had like such a melting pot of friends from Chivenda, Pedi, Tonga, Sotho, Tswana, Pedi. And I was probably one of like 2 Xhosa people in the whole school. I actually felt like an anomaly in that space. So when I moved to Joburg and Cape Town, and I was like one of a gazillion people who were Xhosa speaking, I then felt, it was weird. Like usually when you're around like more, you feel at home. I didn't feel that way. I felt like an other because I didn't speak it the same way that everybody else speaks Xhosa. But I love the way I grew up because I got to meet so many different people, but I didn't necessarily like having to uproot because I always never felt like I settled. Every time I get used to an environment, we're on to the next thing. And the same thing happened in Cape Town. And that was now when I was in varsity into working. In the close to 10 years I lived there, I moved every single year I was there, in and around Cape Town. So yeah.
I grew up in, actually I feel like 2 different environments, because on the one hand, at first I grew up with my mom's family, really close to them, and then my mom and my dad got married and we moved, and then I went and lived with obviously them, which was much quieter than the house that we lived in before, because obviously before it was with aunts and uncles and cousins and there's loads of us, whereas at home it was just like my mom, my dad, and then my siblings were in and out when it came to visit. So 2 different environments, but both great.
What was your first job?
My first job, when I was earning like a real salary, I was working at a company called Rent to Kill, and it is, I guess, it does half of the business, well, part of the business does landscaping, so across different types of spaces, and the other half is, or other bit is selling pest control. So I was the lady on the phone. When you have cockroaches and ants and rats and shit in your house, I would be the other person on the line, basically doing the quotation for you. And as much as I, didn't enjoy the job and not because the job was bad, but because I just didn't expect that would have been my first job straight out of varsity. Because you think that after varsity, I will, boom, next job is going to be multi-choice, SAPC, agencies, Ogilvy's gonna hire me, like, but I'm qualified. And then that was not the truth. So, yeah, but I worked hard in the space, and I think the reason why, I joke about the job all the time, but like in the space, I felt it was very important for me to be incredibly respectful, especially of the people who have been there for so many years. I remember the one day we went to Old Mutual. The third part of the business is, so if any like bathrooms at malls or KFC, chicken, the soap dispensers, and the hand dryers and the things, and the sanitary bins, that's also the same business that resupplies, so puts the hand wash in, cleans out the sanitary bin and shit. So we went to Old Mutual, and Old Mutual is like about, 8 floors or something. And as a part of the induction, which I thought was incredible on their part, how they induct people for a month into the business across all 3 streams. But that day that we went to do that part, we were then, the job that day was cleaning out the sanitary bins. I remember when they told me that was going to happen, I went instantly into, you've got to be kidding me. Like, I almost felt like now I was being like a privileged brat is what I felt looking back. Because I was like, almost like I'm above this. Like, what the hell? Like, what type of and then I caught myself very quickly when we then drove there. Because then I was talking to the driver and I was talking to the people who work and do this job every day. And these are our mothers and fathers. And like, that humbled me instantly, because it was just like, wow, I don't get to disrespect this person's job. So I have to be there and I have to be present and I need to make myself available and I must help. And I literally corner to corner, floor to floor, clean out. And I don't go to the bottom the same. I don't go to the bottom the same. So yeah, that was a very interesting time. But yeah, that was my first job.
Describe a positive experience in which you learned the power of collaboration with other women.
Well, I mean, I've been doing pop culture for a few years, so I mean, I feel like that's the perfect example. But outside of just the three of us, I think we've worked quite well with a lot of other women collaborators, and a lot of times people have pulled through, sometimes not so much, but when they have, it's been great, and we've come out of the situation looking really, really good.
What did you want to be when you grew up?
Always wanted to be oh my God, actress. But it was always coupled with, I want a corner office in a glass building where I can see the skyline of somewhere. And I don't really know that I'm doing any of those things, but it was always in the content space. So it started out like actress, and then it became more behind the scenes director. So much so that I studied it, and then yeah, I haven't really been doing much of that. My work allows me to kind of tap into that a little bit, but I don't think that I've fully delved into the dream.
What has been the steepest learning curve?
Steepest learning curve. Oh, I actually had a recent one. So at work, they do these reviews, peer reviews or whatever. And I've never worked in a company where you review a person in terms of personality. I know that you review people based on work. And in my review, they mentioned, oh, you work well, everyone's giving you such good answers for work, but when it comes to personality, no one feels like they know you. And I got my lowest point for relationship. And I was like, first of all, I'm here to do a job. What the hell's going on here? I'm not here to be everyone's friend. But then I learned that I guess some places value relationships, so I'm now going to have to make the effort to actually stay after work for drinks, chat to people about their cats or whatever the hell, ask them questions about their personal life, because clearly that's the work culture. So I think that has been a learning curve to kind of build better relationships with the people around me instead of kind of being siloed in my own little world. That's my lesson for 2019.
Best money tips you have ever received?
None. Me and my daddy, we eat our money. Ubabazi, oh my God. I love and I hate that man, because Uma now was yeah, because you must save. And I'm yeah, let's not act like this was something I should have known it, but nobody in this house taught me, so you're gonna tell me now I must save when I'm only starting to get money. I'm gonna eat my money for a while and you're just gonna keep helping me out. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. That's just where it's at. I'm 26. I should be more responsible, and I understand, and but I keep savings. You call it much but yeah, yes, to not think about money. You should know 10 rand. My dad always says money is an energy. My malui is it's a circle. I do that all the time. I will spend my money and I'll have 0 rands. That's just how I don't want to use the words I don't value money, but I don't value for me is not. It's the experience I had. It was the food I enjoyed. It was my friends and I had a good time. It made me feel whole. So the money doesn't matter for me. So, yeah.
Best money tips I've ever received is save. And I know everyone says that, but it really, really does help. And it's helped me many times. Even if you don't have something that you're saving for, when you do find yourself in a situation, it actually helps to have a small pocket of money. And also, don't spend what you don't have. People love to open accounts and open credit cards and then you're in a situation when you now owe people thousands and thousands of rands. Don't live beyond your means. More than anything, live underneath or below your means, and then if you want to splurge, do so every now and then, but don't spoil yourself every month. That's not spoiling yourself. That's now your way of life.
Chop my money, chop my money. Guys, I've been waiting for this question. This one was the question I was waiting for. Oh, I need card. Ru. Zing. Zing. Guys, all the answers are valid of save money, invest, don't, yes. But let me tell you something for free that I learned through THEMBE and I learned through Lulu. That's my other friend, and I learned through probably forgetting somebody else. It might be Seabe, I'm not sure. But the crux piece is, guys, is that I don't come from a family that is loaded, and by family now I'm just gonna speak about me and my mom. So we were constantly making sure that we were living within our means. My mom always made Fridays and Saturdays special. We always went out, went movies, and my mom spoiled me for days and days, even when she couldn't. But I could always tell that bit of like sacrifice, that scooter, she got it for me, but like, you know, and then carried through to how I was spending my money. I would see something that I like, and I'm like, I can't afford it, I'm not gonna buy it. Or you buy it in the guilt, you wear it and you're just guilty. And I met THEMBE and I met Lulu and I met Seabe, but I'm not saying that these are people who waste money, but I just saw a different swipe, right? Where it's like, okay, and I'd see it like, I don't offer to buy people stuff. So let's say we go out for coffee, and then, or rather I say I want a cup of coffee. So let's go to Woolworths. I'll buy myself a cup of coffee. And then if it's THEMBE's time or Lulu's time, whatever, it's like, I'm buying, what would you like, babes? So you're about to pay 60 Rand times 2. That's 120, babes. That, my brain was like, 120, like, it's money. So my behavior over the time, and this is from varsity up until now, shifted because I was just like, imali comes and goes, true, but like I'm working so hard for my money. I don't want to feel guilty anymore about spending my money. So if I swipe for a freaking 6,000 Rand dress, which I never have, but one day I will, I don't want to feel guilty about the swipe. I want to just be like, and feel guilt-free, you know? And I've done a lot of guilt-free swiping lately in the past like year or two, and it's been amazing. Like, it's been amazing. But everything else around money is very, very valid. So all other tips that the baby girls have been giving you, you do that. When you get to my episode, chop my money. Swipe, babes.
If heaven exists, if you believe, what would you like to hear God say when you reach the pearly gates?
Nangu Kopflo.
Welcome, my child. I feel like that's from the Bible, God, okay?
Mtanam, here are the pause. No, I'm kidding. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Now let's hang out.
What is your favorite curse word?
Fuck! Fucking fuck. Fucking fuck shit. Damn shit fuck.
I don't know, it's probably like fuck.
Fork, not fuck. Fork. F-O-K. I think it's so funny, guys. Fork.
What is your favorite word?
My favorite word is making up words. Like, back in, what's this thing, like in high school and varsity, we used to say things like "gobmans," "trambao," like just literally making up words that don't really make sense. I don't know, I can't pick a specific word, but just making up your own vocabulary is my favorite thing about words.
Favorite word is happy.
What is your least favorite word?
I guess no.
Penis. The way our mothers say penis makes me mad. Penis, and Hama on say Malibu, Malibu. I get annoyed.
Sharp. I think I hear it. Okay, sharp. I do it all the time. Okay, sharp. Just know when I'm sharp, let's stop talk. Sharp. Did you do okay, sharp? Cool. I don't like it.
If you could live anywhere else on the continent, where would you live?
I would. There's. And 1, 2, 3, Nigeria. Come on, guys, Niger.
Probably like Congo, somewhere like nice and like hot and humid. I think my hair works best on my skin. Can't. Durban was great for me, but yeah, everywhere else is just garbage.
I think maybe somewhere in East Africa, maybe like Kenya.
What is your favorite sound?
You know, the first thing that came to my mind, I'm gonna say it. It was tof tof, but that's not what it's not my favorite sound. I just thought somebody would say it, but nobody did. But my favorite sound is like, you know, when I'm in my bed and it's like quiet and I can hear everything outside. I can hear the train, I can hear the wind, I can hear the cats, I can hear, it's just everything in the space. It's nice to hear or like wake up to.
Laughter. Oh, I love the sound of laughter, guys. I love the sound of laughter. Laughing.
Anything melodic, so I guess like music, but also not all music, so that's a terrible answer. Or maybe the sound of food, like the sound of like food bubbling on a stove or something like that, yeah.
What is your least favorite sound?
a sound that THEMBE and NWABISA love to make when they chew gum and then they pop it and it's like, oh, it gets on my nerves. And they know I hate it and they're just like, that's not Ndaba, oh, it drives me mad.
Scratching. Like, and hearing people chew.
The sound I don't like, and is it a sound per se? But you know when you're in a plane and then your ears go blocked and the ability of not being able, it's a muffled version of what you know was clearer 5 minutes ago. I hate that blocked sound, like blocked whatever, yeah.
What are you going to do when we get the land back?
I don't know, man. This is such a difficult question. I feel like everyone wants to be a farmer, but the truth is I'm not a farmer. So I don't know. If we get the land back, I'm not gonna lie, I'll probably sell it.
I'm probably gonna speak to my brother so we can understand what we're gonna do with it, because he's in agriculture. So I'm gonna use his knowledge to my advantage and probably build something. I don't know, maybe a community hall. Yeah.
So let's say tomorrow we got the SMS, like the FNB one with the smiley face that was like, Elle and was alone and here's your one. I would definitely hold on to it for like a little while till I get my money up. I'd want to be able to help my mom and the businesses that she wants to do. She has so many different ideas of stuff that she's wanted to do for a very long time, from property to farming to bakeries to coffee shops to whatever. I want to be able to know that that plot of land can do one of either of those things. I'm not a business person. I don't think that I'm business minded. So I'd want to know that I have a space that I can allow for her dreams to come true in that world. Yeah, so I'm sure I'm gonna have to work overtime one day to be able to do that thing. But yeah, that's probably what I would do with the land back, if we get it back. The SMS is coming. It may not come, I think, in the way that people expect it to, but it's gonna come in its own type of way. Whatever that's gonna look like. I just hope that we're gonna be ready for it. And I think the trickiest thing that I've realized listening to everybody's answers is that we actually don't know what we want to do with the land, which is actually really scary, because we're and again I'm speaking of the sample that's been on the channel thus far. I can't speak for the nation. There's probably many people who have the answers, but what was really striking to me is that we actually don't know what we want to do with the land. It's not a good thing, it's not a bad thing, but it's a thing, and I think we need to address it.